Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Mental Misdeeds with Dre and Caleb. As some of you who follow the page may have noticed, we have rebranded and recast, and here we are. This is our new show. Caleb and I have been friends and collaborating on all sorts of projects and shit for years, since 2017. You guys know who I am, so I'm going to. And if you've been following the show, you're probably familiar with Caleb, but I'm going to let him go ahead and talk about himself for a few minutes because, he likes to do that.
Yeah.
Kidding. Go ahead, Caleb.
My name's Caleb Salvatore. I'm your other co-host here, Salvatore, not Salvatore. I'm only a half-baked ziti. So, now I am the most canceled man in the Midwest, at least in the Omaha comedy scene. I don't know. But I used to run a show on on the old network when it was Drunk and Disorderly. I think that's Voldemort. We don't say the name anymore. But back on the old network, I used to run a show called Deepish Thoughts on here. Some of you loved it. Some of you hated it. Some of it got used as campaign fodder for presidential campaigns. So that was kind of cool. I have another show called Bread and Circuses, hosted with another comedian named Nick Kohler. He's down in El Paso. That's a great show. We do that weekly. We have tons of funny and ridiculous content on there. Dre and I met 5 years ago now, working for the roads to another Voldemort. Yeah, I was doing YouTube videos for them way back in the day, just doing record, write, edit, all that shit. I was having to do all that, and now we're here. Now Mental Misdeeds. I'm super excited to be a part of it. I know I used to collaborate back in the day with Drunk and Disorderly back when it was that. So hopefully we can get the page name changed soon too.
Right, yeah. So, that's one thing we'll hit on later, Facebook and its weird bullshit rules and what you can and cannot do with your own damn page.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yep. So, yeah.
All right. So, we actually have a friend of the show we would like to mention. It is Midwest Fire Alarm Solutions.
Right.
This is our personal gunsmith that we use here. If you're in the Omaha or surrounding areas, go check them out. They specialize in professional Cerakoting. They do polymer frame modifications, laser engraving. I can't wait to get my 380 Cerakoted white. I don't know why. I want a white gun. So, yeah, check those guys out. Their link will be down below at one point in time. So, they've been really cool to us, so thought we'd give them a shout out.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna can I get how long can the engravements be on the guns?
I would imagine it depends on how long the gun is.
Because I want to get hurt less people than Joe Biden's dog across my AR. I wonder if that's a thing. So I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the space on that gun, dude, how big you want the script. I mean, I'm going to also get, my last name engraved on mine, because why not?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Liberator. Fuck yeah.
It's less douchey than a tattoo, so.
Yeah, I do have some new art, if you guys haven't noticed, but I don't know if it's douchey yet or not. I don't know. Are your tattoos?
Last names, dudes that I knew in high school would get their last names across their back, and I thought that was a really douchey thing to do and just kind of pointless. But I also have a cockroach on my arm, so who am I to judge?
Wow, you have probably hundreds of tattoos, right? There's big and little. There's just every time I look at your arms, I notice a different one.
I lost count, so I stopped counting. If you know how many tattoos you have, you don't have any tattoos. That's the rule. So, but yeah, should we introduce our first guest? Super excited.
Yeah, this is a longtime follower of the show. Excuse me, fellow Nebraskan and shit talker, Caleb Harringa. Welcome.
Another Caleb.
Hold on, guys. That's right. Running two of them. I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm glad to see the show back going.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a while, so sorry guys if I'm rusty.
It's been a little too long.
Yeah, exactly. I'm back and I'm ready.
Keep drinking. You'll get less rusty as it goes on. Just the liquid courage, it's a lubricant. It'll be fine.
That's right. It's WD-40. It's fine.
Yeah, fuck yeah. We do have a behind the scenes producer. She may chime in, so if you do hear another female voice, just know it's not Dre thinking at you. But she does pull stuff up, and it's very helpful for us, so we don't
Thank
have
you
to
very
deal with all
much.
that crap. Don't say her name. She doesn't want to be on.
I didn't say it for a yeah. I figured she'd let us know if she wanted to be named.
So I actually brought a link, like a video we can watch before we get started. You know, the world's burning. Russia is like invading Ukraine. The president clearly has dementia and doesn't know how to handle it. And I just feel no one's referring to the experts on these issues. So I actually have a video of probably one of the most brilliant foreign policy minds of our time, just kind of dishing out on how she thinks it should be handled. So go ahead and pull that up for us real quick. Cardi B.
I've heard about this.
Because sometimes I feel like I have such a big platform that I say if I don't say the right things, I'm gonna get killed. But I'm really not on NATO side. I'm really not on Russian side. I'm actually in the citizen side because at the end of the day, the world is having a crisis right now. There's inflation not only in America but everywhere in the world. It's really hard to get the economy back up. There is so much shipments and embarkments backed up. China's not really messing with us, so a lot of things are behind. A lot of goods are behind, and this shit just made it way more complicated. So I'm just really annoyed by this, and I really wish that all world leaders right now just really come with a logical conclusion. But whatever.
There you have it. I mean,
Wow.
Incredible.
can I? Is it bad if I say that it sounds more sensible than anything coming out of DC?
Jesus Christ. I mean, some
Well,
of them, I
it's-
guess, are not all woke and they realize some of the shit is not good and it's pointless and that we don't need. I don't know, man. That's just crazy. Cardi
Well,
B.
the fact that Cardi B makes more sense than the president makes absolutely zero sense to me. But when the dementia sets in, everybody makes more sense than the president. So there's not a whole lot we can do.
That's true.
And there's,
That's-
he's got so many people that should be looking out for his welfare as an elderly person with dementia that are not, that are just shoving him out there every once in a while and making him look like a fool. And this guy belongs in a home somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're looking out for his welfare. That's not a claim that I'm willing to make. I mean, when you watch the guy get lost on the White House lawn, it's like, somebody put the fucking leash back on.
I saw that video that you're talking about. That was incredible. It was like talking to a 2-year-old. No, go this way.
That's one of my favorite ones. He's had a lot of gaffes in a little bit of time, but that's arguably one of my favorite ones. He literally tried to point him in the right direction, couldn't get it done. I just love it.
My favorite Biden gaffe was when he actually broke the sign language interpreter. Do you remember that one? He was giving a speech and he goes, "I'll make sure to utilize."
Oh, yeah.
Shut it up! And the sign language interpreter just stops and goes, like his eyes just go up really big. He's like, he had no clue what he was gonna fucking say there. That was my favorite. But what kind of drugs are they putting in this guy? That's the question.
They got to be good, right?
Well, because every once in a while he'll string a couple sentences along when they shove him out in front of cameras. So
Yeah.
what's going on and what the hell is that? What is that?
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
You can tell when they really need him to be on his game. They pump him full of a little bit more. During the debate, I mean, he was still an old person, but he was alert. He looked like he knew what the fuck was going on. He was somewhat sharp by his current standards. So I've never been an upper guy. I've never been into that. I've drank. I'll smoke some weed, but I've never been into uppers. So I don't know. Can someone tell me what he's being pumped full of? Like, even if it's in the comments or if you guys know any experience.
I've seen a lot of people on cocaine, and that it doesn't look like that.
It's
No, it doesn't. Whatever it is, it straightens him right out, though. He could put sentences together on the campaign trail, but nowadays it's just like, sheesh, you really watching that dementia set in, it's like, oh my goodness.
Well, if you notice, they don't do these press conferences until later in the day because old people actually have, like old people that are going through dementia, they actually have, periods of the day where they're much more alert than others, and that's usually in the mid-afternoon, and that's when all these press conferences are. Like,
Yeah,
think
they
back to
get
Trump. It was
sunsetters. When the sun starts going down, they start going down.
Yep.
Mentally, it starts just.
Well, I think they lucked out because there was a combination of let's be real, some fraud, and the fact that just so many people resented Trump. They probably could have ran Mickey Mouse against him and won. So they're like, we can get this guy out of office, and we can have someone who is completely unaware of his surroundings and will do whatever we tell him. So let's get the best of both worlds and fix the primary for Joe too. Like, yeah. So
The closest thing to a human puppet that I've ever seen. It's amazing. He's the closest thing to a human puppet that I have ever seen.
Right. Do you think they're gonna run him again?
yeah,
Oh,
he'll
yeah,
run again.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can't not run him again.
His approval rating is in the fucking toilet, and so is Cammy's.
They don't have a choice because if they run they have to ride out the storm, because if they run someone against him now, it's going to still make it look like there's dissent within the Democratic Party. So they're stuck with him. They have to hope that somehow shit starts turning the corner on its own and he can right the ship between now and 2024. I just don't see it happening, though. Everything's getting worse. Zillow projected that home prices are going to go up another 22% by the end of the year. Inflation's rising. They're expected to hit 1970s rates if we don't do something now. Gas prices are about to hit $4 a gallon here in the Midwest because of this nonsense in Russia. I just don't see things getting better for him, and I see him losing in a landslide.
Oh, they're going to get crushed in the midterms. They're going to get absolutely crushed in the midterms, and he's going to get crushed in 2024 by whoever it is, Trump or DeSantis or whoever it is. He's going to get crushed.
I think
won't be
Trump
Trump.
will probably run. I don't think DeSantis will, because I think he wants to do what he can in Florida, because he's doing great things down there.
Yeah, he's killed it down there.
And I think that he really does want to be president, and he thinks that it's more viable in the future. He probably doesn't want to run against Trump, and
No.
I get that,
If I were DeSantis, I wouldn't want to run against Trump. Look at up and coming rising Republican stars in 2016 that ran against Trump. Ted Cruz, Rand Paul. Those guys got crucified. They have no presidential prospects ever again because they were emasculated on stage. It's no different.
He'd shoot them up and spit them out. That was incredible.
They tried to approach him like politicians, and that's just not how you approach a guy like that. You can't debate someone like that like a politician.
Yeah, he's different, and like I can't remember who was saying it. Like he's a New Yorker, he through and through. He's a New York businessman. That's how he deals with people. That's how he negotiates. That's how he talks to people. Politicians don't typically do that. They aren't straight to the point. They don't, say what they, whatever.
And he did that
too. Actually, say what they think.
Well, he did that to a fault, though, because he wouldn't think before he said things, and it would get him in trouble. Because he would say, we've all been like we've done 139 episodes of Bread and Circuses. I did how many episodes with you guys? I've spent how many hours on stage, guests on other podcasts. I've said things that I didn't actually mean. They've come out, in a public setting. We've all done it, but I'm not running for president. That's the difference. The more you talk, the more you're going to say things that you don't mean. But when you just don't think and everything is rapid fire, it's much more likely that just some bullshit that you don't even believe is going to come out of your mouth because it sounded good. And as you're saying it, you're like, yeah, this is pretty fucking stupid. But there's nothing you can do about it because you're going to sound even stupider if you just stop talking. So now you got a point you don't believe in, and you have to die on this hill because you're going to seem like a fuck up if you don't. And it's I've been there, but not to the extent Trump was. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, and there was a lot of he could have. There's a lot of things like on Twitter. You have time before you hit send to maybe edit.
Yes. Yeah.
If he just shuts the fuck up, he wins in 2020. If he just shuts his fucking mouth, he wins in 2020. He doesn't have to do anything. They didn't even bring Joe Biden out of the fucking house, and the guy won the election. If he just shuts his mouth, he wins. But hey, you saw it coming as fast as it is not shocking to me that he's self-imploded. That is the least surprising thing.
they should have taken his Twitter account away. But the problem with someone like that's got this alpha male mindset is he's not going to let you. He's going to say, go fuck yourself. I'll lose my own way before I win your way. Like
I'll make a Truth Media or whatever it is, and we'll just call it good.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys on Truth Media?
No.
Not yet.
No, I'm not cool enough for that. I'll consider it, but I'm not cool enough for that quite yet.
What kind of social media is that? What is it?
It's Trump's social media.
It's fucking Donald Trump's Twitter. Dude literally made his own fucking Twitter and called it Truth, which is amazing for how many lies that dude told. It's like, holy fuck, man. The irony is astounding.
It should be called like uncensored.
It should be called something else. Yeah.
I made my own. Fuck you. Finally.
Right. Yeah. Fuck you. That's what it should be called. I mean, anything else.
But it's got a bunch of rules, though. It's not uncensored. It's got bans on like certain types of profanity, hate, whatever they deem hate speech. Which I mean, we've seen with Twitter and Facebook that hate speech is a slippery slope. Right?
Exactly.
It's because it started off, I mean, with Facebook, if you used ethnic slurs or homophobic stuff, you'd get like a flag or whatever. And now it's just, I mean, you make fun of Justin Trudeau when you cop a ban on Facebook now. Like, it's everything is hate speech that they don't like.
Yeah. I saw somebody post that they got a ban. They were in a thread talking about duck or some kind of recipes, and someone was talking about using duck fat in a recipe. They got banned for bullying
because they use fat
about a fucking ingredient.
Oh my god! Because they use the word fat.
And even if they were calling a duck fat, are there any ducks on fucking Facebook?
The bird felt bad. Oregon fans, I don't know. They insulted the bird. You can't do that, man.
Jesus Christ, I can't do this.
Well, the fact checkers that they use are totally one-sided, just opinion pieces like Snopes. That's nothing more than leftist journalism doing fact-checking for a massive company. I mean, it's just people with opinions, and if it's a wrong opinion, it gets flagged. I mean, there's nothing, unbiased about it at all.
No, not at all. And that's all come out recently. I love that it's come out that these fact-checkers are not, in fact, fact-checkers. They are opinion posters. And telling you if your opinion is acceptable or maybe a little unacceptable or whatever the hell I don't know what they say. I don't pay any attention. I close every fucking one of those things.
My favorite was PolitiFact. It was a comparison. It was Ron Paul said that up until 19 whatever, we didn't have an income tax. And they said that was mostly false. And then a Democrat who was running for president said the income tax was established in 19 whatever the same year, and it said mostly true. So I'm like, what? How, because there's a D next to his name, it becomes true? Like, what kind of horseshit is this?
If you do open those, they'll have some stupid thing in there like they use and instead of shall or something ridiculous small like that. So it's mostly true, but they found a little error in there so that they could throw a flag up there.
TikTok took one of my because I do TikTok. I figured that the younger generation is on TikTok, and we have to be on there to counter the nonsense that they're hearing. Otherwise, it's just going to spiral out of control when they get one voice in their ear. So I had a TikTok, and it got taken down. Literally, all I said was that the vaccine hasn't worked out the way we wanted it to. That's all I said. I didn't say it didn't work. I didn't say it was bad. I didn't say people shouldn't get it. I said it didn't work out the way we hoped it would. I think that's a fact.
Is that 100% fact?
Yeah, it's an absolute fact.
It's going to stop everything. It's going to solve all the problems. It hasn't solved any problems.
They admitted it. If it worked out the way we wanted, we wouldn't be getting booster shots. I mean, I'm not getting booster shots, but people wouldn't be getting booster shots.
But how dare you question the holy trinity of ingredients that will save your soul? How dare you question it? I mean, it's just like, get out of here. I can't. It makes my head spin. The vaccine mandates make my head spin. I can't even do it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. These mandates are insane, and anybody who has to comply with them or lose their job, I really, really feel for them. And anybody put in that position is it's shit. It's shit.
Look at Canada. They've gone full-blown North Korea. We talked about this on our show last night. If you want to leave Canada and you're not vaccinated, you have to escape. You have to escape like you're fleeing into South Korea because you can't cross the United States border, you can't get on a plane, and you can't get on a boat. you literally have to sneak across the border and escape from Canada like a refugee from a war-torn third world dictatorship.
Didn't Arizona, I don't know, a governor or congressperson in Arizona put something forward saying, hey, all refugees from Canada, welcome.
Maybe.
If you don't want to be a pincushion for your government, refugees welcome here.
Yeah. And the problem is, if you look at the poll numbers in Canada, they overwhelmingly support these mandates, and they support bringing the military in to shut these convoys down and stuff. And it's just very sad how the entire population has slipped into full-blown authoritarian communism.
Really? I thought
yeah, and it happened so fast.
I thought it was 60 or 69% of Canadians were against the mandates, even though most of them are already vaccinated.
I think it might have been the other way around. I don't know. Mia, that's why we have a fact checker. Will you pull it up?
Yeah, fact check us on
Will you
that.
pull up? Will you just Google Canadian Freedom Convoy polls and see what they say? Because I heard the other day that it was like 84% supported bringing in the military.
Yeah, well, and what's crazy to me is the overwhelming majority of people, they do support, bringing in the military, things like that. And yet the Canadian Freedom Convoy has been so huge. It's crazy that the United States of America had to take note from Canadian protesters. I can't believe what I'm seeing, but it's, at least somebody's standing up and saying something, because this is getting out of control. And I mean, they sound like Nazi Germany closing off the borders. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Freezing people's bank accounts, going to their houses and asking them, hey, did you like this post? We've noticed that you were in this group and you liked this post about the Freedom Convoy. There's a woman that put a video up. I've seen it on Facebook and TikTok. The cop comes to her house and she's like, you're monitoring in my people's Facebooks? And she's like, well, we just want you to be aware that, basically.
Yeah. They came out and said the other day that even if you leave, they're still going to go to your house, track you down, and arrest you. And I'm just like, so now it's almost, if I didn't know any better, I think they were trying to make them fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like, because if you tell me that I don't have any choice now in the matter, like if I stay or if I go, you're still going to arrest me. Well, now I'm not going to go. Like now I'm going to stay here and fuck around and like, we'll see what happens. So it's almost like they're trying to force a fight. It's really fucking creepy just how full blown fascist this government's gone.
Well, they've been sowing seeds of dissension for a really long time. And I mean, they're starting to reap the benefits of those seeds right now. And I mean, it's happening in Canada. It's happening here in America. I mean, the political divide seems really, really wide right now. There's not a lot of common ground that people on the left and people on the right find. And most people think that those people are full of shit. The political spectrum is out of control right now.
Yeah. So here's a disturbing fact. The United States Patriot Act actually gives the federal government the right to do to your bank account what they're doing there. There's nothing that would stop them from doing it. They could say it was in the name of anti-terrorism, and they would use the same anti-money laundering laws that they use in Canada.
Well, yeah, that's why they signed those laws into effect. It was never about national security. The Patriot Act was never about national security. It's about spying on us. It's about control of your life. That's all. I mean, plain and simple. They want control of your life, and that's it.
Any new bill that's signed is simply to encroach more on your rights.
Domestic terrorism was always the end game, right? It was never about bin Laden. It was always intended to be used against their own people. And now they've got the perfect opportunity to do it because people are dissenting against the COVID nonsense. And here we go. Oh, she pulled up the poll. It is CNN, so take it as you will. But it says strong majority of Canadians oppose convoy protests, poll after poll finds.
Yeah, I can't go by CNN. Sorry.
Scroll down a little bit. See what it actually says. I can't read it from that. Don't growl at me. She just grunted in dissent there.
Is it one of the puppies running the board over there?
No, it was Mia being upset with me that I asked her to scroll down.
You said her name. You're gonna have to
you broke the rule. You established this.
I said her first name.
Rude.
She was on the Bread and Circus's show last night, and we got way more raunchy than we did here, so she'll be fine. She wasn't on it. She did the same thing she's doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Who's the poll name? That's all I care is who ran the poll.
Yeah, that's important.
Who conducted it? Oh, it was Fox. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fox ran the poll. Okay, you can go back to the other page now, to the StreamYard. Yeah, Fox conducted the poll.
So, I sent you guys that video yesterday in the chat of a YouTuber who does a lot of like on the ground stuff, and she's pretty thorough. She leans right, but again, she's thorough. She's on the ground. She's not like just saying what she thinks. She goes and finds out. And she was going over the lies being told in the media so far about the Freedom Convoy. And
right.
She had video footage of each thing being proved wrong. So, number one, statues being torn down. They claimed that, the Freedom Convoy truckers were tearing them down, when in actuality, they cleaned them, and the only thing they did to one of them was put a flag and a sign on it.
Wait, weren't they? Wasn't it a good thing when Black Lives Matter tore down statues? I thought that was
the best thing ever.
Yes,
are
but
we changing?
In actuality, in the last week, some indigenous people tore down one, almost killing a person who was there with them because she didn't get out of the way in time.
For what? Tore it down for what?
They didn't like it. I don't know who it was. It was Canadian indigenous people.
No, Canadians.
So it was a Canadian person or, from the past that they were upset about that they tore down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have no idea. But they said that people were throwing racial epithets at a soup kitchen worker, and they have video of that not actually happening, and actually the opposite. It was actually a very positive encounter.
I saw that one. I saw that where she just walks by and nobody says anything.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah.
And didn't the police horses trample a lady? And they tried to say that someone, in a wheelchair. And they tried to say that someone threw a bike and startled the horses, which was total horseshit. And you can see it on video. But this horse absolutely tramples this lady. It's amazing.
How do we send them guns?
Heartbreaking. It's going to have to be airdrop.
Well, Mike Lindell said he's gonna airdrop my pillows down there for him. So
we're gonna have to get supersized, like heavy duty drones that can carry some weight and airdrop fucking guns to these people.
Well, the bottom line is, if a country in Africa or the Middle East were treating their citizens the way Canada is right now, the United States would have bombed them already, or been supplying guns to a rebel force. CIA
or at the
infiltrated.
very least, speaking out strongly against it. Every politician would be on Facebook and Twitter and TV saying, "Oh, we must condemn these human rights violations. Look at what they're doing to their citizens who are peacefully protesting." Protesting with their entire families, playing hockey in the streets, cleaning up after themselves, cleaning up statues that were dirty when they got there.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to condemn those people because they're looking to commit a few human rights violations themselves. So
well, they see this and they see that it's actually working. Like, the Canadian government's talking a bunch of shit, but they're actually rolling these mandates back as these protests continue.
Wow, that's not what I've heard, because I heard Justin Trudeau, nobody wants to go and actually speak to them, and that's what they've been asking for the whole time. Just come talk to us.
Well, no, that's they're increasing like the human rights violations types, right? So we're going to get tough on the protesters. We're going to arrest them. We're going to call the military, blah, 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 blah. But the COVID mandates, the mask mandates, some of the vaccine mandates are actually getting rolled back in Canada. And the timeline is almost exactly on the same pace as the time the convoy protest started. So that's why they're concerned about it here, because it's working. They don't want it to come here because they want, the Antifa riots from summer 2020 where shit gets burned down. They want January 6th because that gives them an excuse to bring the military in.
They didn't want military in 2020 when the Antifa riots were going on. They said no.
Some governors did it. Yeah, it was a Republican president, so it was okay. It made him look bad.
That's right.
It's all politics. It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, just go ahead and burn our cities. That's cool. Don't send in the National Guard. We're fine with the couple cops we have.
See, I don't understand the issue. And people talk shit about the January 6th people. I'm like, it may have just been a bunch of boomers LARPing and trespassing, but this was a group of people that had an issue with the government, and they took their problems to the source of their problem, not Starbucks or Target.
Or the mom and pop shop down the street,
Yeah, not the dry cleaner. By the way, I know someone here in Omaha whose parents lost their dry cleaner. It was an Asian family, actually. Lost their dry cleaner, and to it's insured, retards. It wasn't insured. They lost their business. Insurance didn't cover rioting. It's gone. Eat a dick.
Yeah, and even if it did, insurance never makes you whole. You are always...
Nope. Well, insurance takes months to get your money back. Insurance doesn't cover the employees that are going to be out of work for God knows how long. It doesn't cover the lost income that you suffered for 3 months waiting to get the check, and then another 6 months waiting for them to actually rebuild it. Insurance isn't going to pay you back for the lost income and the lost revenue.
And rioting boosts rates. Like after the rioting occurs, it boosts insurance rates in surrounding areas because there has been civil unrest causing damage, and that's a liability for insurance companies. So long-term rates go up. I mean, there is the insurance argument, in terms of the rioting, is an absolute joke because they absolutely crush people when they destroy their businesses. I didn't have a problem with the BLM riots until they started burning shit down. It's like, just leave people alone, man. Take your problem. If you want to go burn a fucking police station down, you know what? Go burn a police station down. I don't give a shit. That's where your problem lies at. But your problem's not the dry cleaners.
I have problems with riots. I do not have problems with peaceful protests. If you have a valid complaint, great. Even if it's not valid, in my thought, whatever.
Well, and obviously the burn the police station down is tongue in cheek. Obviously that's a tongue in cheek statement, but it's just like, go take your problem to where it belongs.
To where the problem is.
We're not encouraging anyone to commit domestic terror.
Right? Yeah, I'm not telling anyone to go. Preface. I'm not telling you to go burn a police station down. So please, nobody misconstrue me.
Yeah, apparently we have
cancel on night number 1. Let's run it.
That's But I mean, where does it stop? I have health insurance. If someone's trying to take a baseball bat to my kneecap, do I have to let them? It's not going to kill me, and it's insured.
Yeah.
Where at what point does it stop? Right? Like it's just.
Well, what color is he? That's the real question. What color is he?
Well, it depends. They may railroad me with a special prosecutor if I'm here in Omaha. So.
Jesus Christ, right?
That's you want to talk about canceled. We should try to get them on.
The special prosecutors?
Yeah. What's his name? No. Fred Franklin?
Not until my bags are packed and I'm on my
fuck
ready to go to Houston.
Bring them. Nobody's coming to my fucking house. That shit's 2 years old. No one's coming to find me. Fuck them. I don't give a flying fuck. I'm not afraid of anybody that's doing that shit. It's not like I think some of these Antifa people, they're definitely dangerous. But we're not dealing with the Sicilian mob in the 40s. They're not going to put a bomb that blows my car up when it starts and kill me. It's not going to be.
It's just my personal opinion that there isn't a single one of them that can beat me up. Maybe that's just me, but I just don't think, from what I've seen of the Antifa people, there's not a single one of them that can beat me up.
I'm not afraid of Antifa. I am afraid of the special prosecutors. Let me get that
those are a little nerve-wracking.
Great. Okay? Yeah, I'm not afraid of Antifa trying to come and find me. Please. Those little bitches can't get out of the basement after.
No, you've seen the Antifa people. There's a reason they travel in packs and assault people. It's because they're not winning, like he said, not winning a face-to-face fight one-on-one. It's just not happening.
They're not winning exactly. Not face-to-face fight, not a verbal fight, not if they have to, unless they can resort to calling you names, they are not winning anything.
Did you see the, Mia, look this up on Google real quick. There's a video. Do you know who J.R. Smith, the basketball player?
Oh, yeah.
Mia, look up J.R. Smith Antifa fight and see if it pops up. Because he got, during the riots, someone got in a fight with him, and he just beat the shit out of this guy trying to vandalize his car. And J.R. Oh, there it is, the video down there.
Fucking play it. I can't wait to see this.
Yep.
There you go. Go ahead and share that real quick.
Anytime a commie gets their shit rocked, I'm all in.
And it was J.R. Smith's. Is that it? Right? Oh, that's an ad. Okay, she's got it here.
Okay.
He's
a basketball player, you said?
Yeah, he's an NBA player. I think he played for. Oh, you got to go back. You got to share the screen first.
He played for the New York Knicks, the Cleveland
just
Cavaliers.
Hit escape on the keyboard.
Places, Denver Nuggets.
All right, so he's probably a pretty big guy, yeah.
He's probably like 6'5".
Yeah, That's probably generous, but yeah, probably about 6'5".
Yeah, I mean he's a big dude. I mean, tattooed up to his face. I mean, yeah, like here you go.
Respect his privacy.
Respect his privacy. Don't let the NBA see that footage.
White boys didn't know where he was going and broke my window in my truck.
There you go. That's J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Love to see
I
it.
had it.
Rock
He had
his
it
world.
coming.
Yeah,
He
he broke
deserved
his
it.
window.
Yeah. Don't fuck with people's shit. I don't care if it's on the street. You don't have a right to go destroy some guy's shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Nope, if you destroy his shit, he has a right to break your jaw. That's just kind of how it goes.
So I had a
Fuck around and
friend,
find out.
friend of a friend during the riots. And maybe I shouldn't even tell this, but whatever. Statute's got to be up. It was right when he was helping someone move in downtown, right in the heart of the riots, right in the center of everything. And there were people going and breaking into cars and smashing shit, just groups of people. So this guy grabbed a tomahawk from his back seat of his vehicle, or from the trunk of his vehicle, and stood on top of it and said, "Don't come near my fucking car." These people called the police on him because he wouldn't let them destroy his car.
That takes a lot of fucking nerve.
The
That's
level
unbelievable.
for people to throw the word privilege around, just the level of entitlement that, oh, this guy, 911, what's your emergency? This guy won't let me destroy his vehicle. Like, I certainly hope the 911 operator said, good, leave his fucking car alone. Get away from it.
It's like hard for me to believe. It's not, but that's difficult for me to even wrap my head around. But that's today's political climate for you.
So what was the response? Did they come and?
No, the cop, there was a report of a man with a weapon, so the cops came and took reports or whatever, and nobody got arrested. They just told everyone to go home. But I mean, it was like hours later because the city was burning to the ground at the time.
Okay, cool. So nothing happened. Good.
No, he's fine. He's a friend of Ali, actually. So yeah, it's that's not how, or that's how I know him. So, but yeah, no, fun times. But
You know, Omaha is like a big small town, but there's really not dull moments. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
never.
There's a lot going on in this little city.
Never. I've had stories I won't tell on the air because I'm not sure if they get me in legal trouble.
on air.
Yeah. I mean, we live not far from where at in Omaha do you live, man? I don't know.
I live in Bellevue.
Oh, you live in Bellevue. Okay, that's my girl's old stomping grounds. We live over on like right off the interstate off Q Street, but we're not far from. You ever heard of the Carlisle Motel?
I think so. Is it that circular one that looks like a spaceship, kind of?
No, that's the
That's on
Satellite.
60th.
Satellite. Well,
I used to
I'm
think
not
that
familiar
was-
with Carlisle.
I used to think the Satellite was the coolest hotel ever. And
Oh yeah, everybody did when you were a
hotel.
kid. You see it, you're like, oh, that top room is probably awesome. There's so much cum on that mattress. It's
Oh,
crazy.
for sure.
So much
We
cum.
used to somehow be able to rent rooms there in high school.
Well, yeah,
Like-
you had $15. I mean,
I think you only had to be 18, so we'd get seniors to sign the book or whatever, and throw the $15 or $20 for the room and go pack it and drink beer and smoke endless amounts of cigarettes in it.
I had a friend we used to do the hotel parties too. Like, I had a friend who left me for dead at one of those, and then I stopped doing it. You've met him, Dre. You know Logan. That was fucking name out. I don't give a shit. We were like 17, 18, and I just remember, like, I couldn't even walk, and I told him, dude, I'm like, do not leave me here. It's just me and you left. Do not leave me. I wake up at 6 a.m. This motherfucker's gone. And then, of course, he's all butthurt that I wouldn't talk to him for a month after that. I'm like, dude, fuck off.
What the fuck?
Anyway.
Give you one set of instructions. Don't leave me here. And what did you do? You left me here. Do not leave me here.
Girls
Don't
don't
leave
do
me
that.
to die. No.
'Cause
Girls, you
something
guys,
real bad might happen to us if we get left somewhere rando.
yeah, to the dismay of certain men that own live entertainment clubs downtown, women don't usually leave their friends passed out asleep. You know who I'm talking about. Women don't usually leave their friends passed out drunk. I didn't name drop anybody. So
But I know the scumbag you're referring to.
there's
yeah.
lots. There could be multiple. There's a bunch of them. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so That's it. No, but no, we live not too far from the Carlisle Hotel, which is we don't live in a bad area, but that hotel's right off the interstate, and it's like one of those $20 a night hotels. Like I knew someone that was coming into town, and he's like, "Oh, I found this hotel. It's $25 a night." I'm like, "Oh, the Carlisle? Yeah, good luck." Dude found a heroin needle in his sink. Like,
oh yeah, they're renting that baby by the hour. For
sure. Prostitutes operate out of it. I mean, I've had all kinds of shit. I pulled into a gas station one time. I just really had to pee. And as I'm pulling into this Buc-ee's, this girl comes. It's like 10 degrees outside. This girl comes walking up to me with her thumbs up like a hitchhiker. And she's got black eyeshadow running down her eyes, jet black hair, like a pale white face. And she's wearing like a skirt. And it's 10 degrees out. It looked like something like the fucking Grudge. And she's got this weird smile on her face. And she's just walking up to me with her head cocked like that. I pull into the gas station, and I see her coming closer to me. And I went, you know what? I don't got to pee that bad. And I just pulled the fuck out. Like, fuck, I didn't have my gun on me or nothing. I wasn't like, no, I was not going to run the risk there. Fuck that noise, man.
We're out of there.
We don't do that. I don't fuck with ghosts or whatever that was. I guess they wound up having to arrest her because she was walking up to cars in the middle of the street. So.
Oh my God! Like on Q Street?
Yeah, 108th Street.
Oh
Fucking
my God!
Methy.
That's a busy street.
It gets methy down there, man. We've had a Asian lady got arrested for swinging a tennis racket at cars in the middle of the street.
Jesus.
I used to work at a hotel downtown, and there was a homeless guy that used to viciously beat his dick in the main office of the hotel where the computers are at. He would go fire porn up and start fucking beating his dick right there in the lobby. It was unbelievable, man. It was like the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Meth will do some wild shit to you.
Wild shit. Fucking no, it's crazy, man. Like, have you ever seen Vegas homeless people?
No, I went when I was a kid, but not recently.
Dude, the Vegas homeless are the most aggressive. Like we were coming out of what casino was that we were coming out of? Do you remember? The Aria? Yeah, we were coming out of the Aria, and yeah, that's right. And we're walking out, and there's this guy just sitting there, and he apparently felt that I looked at him the wrong way, and he began to follow us for probably a mile, yelling at me to turn around and fight him. And she's like, "Please tell me you have your gun." I'm like, "No, we flew here. I have nothing. Keep walking."
That's right. Got to keep, pick up the Nike Express this one. We got to go.
I have a lot more to lose than this guy. I do not want to get into a fist fight with him. I've seen people like in Vegas drop their pants, start jerking off in the middle of the street, and then piss in the road. Like it's a whole nother Vegas.
Oh, my first experience with dumpster diving was in Las Vegas. I was in like the 5th grade. We went, and that was my first experience with dumpster diving and drugs on the street, and Mexicans standing there slapping stacks of porn cards, handing them out to 5th graders. That was fun. It was a good time.
We went last summer, and the new strip has really been cleaned up. You don't have a lot of the porn shit going on. They're not handing out of all that crap. There's still homeless people and stuff, but that's going to be any major city. But there's nobody handing out porn stuff, and there's not a bunch of strip club stuff going on out there. So I guess it's kind of cleaned up. I don't know. I'm not very. Wait. She's shaking her head. No,
I'll have to go check it out. One of my buddies has been trying to convince me to go for a little while, so I'm gonna have to go give it a shot.
Turn the mic on. Why are you shaking your head? No. Turn the mic on real quick and tell it.
We went walking around at the wrong time of the day, and we went on the wrong side of the strip.
And?
There's 2 different sides of the strip. There's the nice side of the strip that we walked on.
Yeah.
And then there's the shitty side of the strip.
That was where the homeless tried to attack us.
Yeah, and then that's where they pass out all of the porn star cards, and where the strip clubs are.
Okay.
Yes, and no, that it's still bad.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the last time I've been to Vegas twice. Once when I was 17, and that was a crazy, wild experience. And once, what was that? In 2018, I think. Anyway, so
What's
there
up?
was strippers walking up and taking pictures with people. Is that the nice side? I don't know.
That's the ghetto side, she said.
I mean, this was
no, so they walk around on both sides.
Go-go dancers and strippers are different things, though.
Well, okay, I don't know what they were. They were wearing almost nothing, and they
Oh,
were in
so
pairs.
those are people that like walk around and try and get you to take pictures with them for money.
Oh, is it for money?
Yeah.
Of course, it's
I
for
would-
money. It's
They tried to
Vegas.
get a picture with my 9-year-old sister.
Gross.
I would
See,
love
That's what
to
I don't like about Vegas.
to meet the guy that would pay to have a picture taken with a scantily clad woman. Like, how repulsive is that guy?
Oh, you're down so bad. If you're paying money for just one photo of a fully clothed woman, you're
It's
down
not even
bad.
pussy. It's not even. You're
not even
paying.
pussy.
No, they're wearing like bikinis.
You don't even get a half chub.
And like those crazy heels or whatever.
Yeah, those are like the go-go dancer type. I don't know if that's what they're called anymore, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
They
about.
work at casinos or something, but I know they're not like.
Officially,
I don't know what they are, but
They do other
when I was
stuff.
there when I was 17, they were definitely handing out those cards on the strip, and I had like Asian tourists coming up to me asking me how to get a hold of the girls on the cards. I'm like, fucking no, call the number.
I had
I'm
an Asian.
17.
I was at a McDonald's waiting for someone by the highway, and I had an Asian lady with a camera come up and just take a picture of me at the booth with one of those little disposable cameras and everything. She walks over to me, just takes a picture, and goes back to all her friends she was with.
That's right. She can take it back to the homeland and show her what the white people look like.
White boy eating cheeseburger.
That's right.
It's like, oh, don't cancel me for that half-assed Asian accent, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. We got trailed off of politics real fucking fast here. Like,
Yeah,
this
that
is-
happened quick. You know what I mean?
I mean, we started talking about my favorite subject, homeless people. So, like, what are you gonna do? There's nothing. I don't know what else is going on in the world that we've missed out on. We didn't really talk about Russia, did we?
No, I only seen a couple things on it. I saw like the article that I sent you guys. It was about like Joe Biden flexing his ego, yada yada. I don't know.
Yeah.
I read a lot today.
Yeah, I don't know. They've been gearing up for this for a while. I mean, especially from the Democratic side of the aisle. Even in 2016, Hillary Clinton, her main point was cybersecurity, and Russia was the biggest threat to the United States of America. Donald Trump won that election, so they put the battle for Ukraine over on the back burner for a little while. Now they know that we're weak, so you're probably going to see them make some moves down there. China's probably going to make some moves on Taiwan. I would imagine that Putin and Xi are coordinating. So,
Well, and it's a nice
we'll have to see.
distraction from what's going on here, as far as like the economy and inflation, gas prices, and the truckers convoy that's about to start here, March 1st?
Is that what they said?
I think that's what they're planning. It's from California to DC.
Dude, you think inflation and shit's bad? Wait till we get into another war. Like, you want a war with a nuclear superpower?
That's the problem. Is war's good for the economy. It always has been. That's probably why they're so adamant to start fucking with somebody, because they know we're all broke.
There are a lot of people, and I may or may not be one of them, who believe that FDR had prior knowledge Pearl Harbor was going to happen and let it happen. Because if you look at the history, FDR's policies were failing. Like, the economy was worse than when he took over, and getting the U.S. into World War II is what pulled them out of the Depression. And you may be right. Like, they may want this war because they know it's the only thing that can get people, back to work and get the economy moving again.
Yeah, well, it always does.
Look at the Bush administration. Up until the housing bubble, they were doing great, and we were constantly at war. Like, the economy was solid, and it was, under Trump, it was. I guess we weren't really in any major wars under Trump, but
He just didn't start any new ones. That's all.
Wasn't that
He
nice?
continued the current. Was very nice of him.
Yeah, how generous. You know what I mean? He only kept bombing the Syrians. It's fine.
And Yemen.
Yeah. Can't forget the Yemenis.
People
only two countries.
That's
Well,
right.
it's like people.
That's it.
I remember when the whole Chick-fil-A controversy was at the heart of everything, and I was like, guys, if you're mad about what the CEO of Chick-fil-A is doing, let me show you what the federal government's doing with your tax dollars in Yemen. Like
Jesus
that's
Christ.
because
Yeah.
that'll disgust you a lot more than some
Yeah.
dude believing in against gay marriage or whatever. Like I can disagree with a CEO of a company.
Yeah, there are real human rights violations going on. Why don't we have a closer look at some of those?
Right. Why don't we talk about the actual sex slavery that's currently happening all over the world right now?
It happens here in the United States.
Exactly.
Yeah, people are bought and sold here every day.
Epstein and all them boys. It happens everywhere.
No, but that's not an important issue apparently.
No.
I think it's funny at some point, and I don't know where it was. It was over the last year or two. Sex trafficking isn't real became like an official platform of the Democratic Party because they seem to dispel anything about sex trafficking is just a myth. It doesn't.
It's all
exist.
horseshit. No,
It's
there's zero
never-
people that are sex trafficking. Epstein was a lone wolf. It's fine.
It was alone.
So that leads me to believe that they were all involved. If you're trying
Most
to
of them.
deny it that hard, maybe all of you motherfuckers were involved in this absolute
Democrats,
fuckery.
Republicans, royalty over in England. I mean, it's
They're the worst.
They're all in.
What's it? Prince Andrew, right? He's the one.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it was him because I don't want to
Did
get
you see
sued
what
by
he
those
came
fucking
out with?
people.
He said they settled out of court, undisclosed amount. He feels for the victims.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
I bet he does.
I'm
He
glad
claims-
he does.
you felt a little too much of the victims, like
He claims absolutely no responsibility at any time in this statement.
perfect.
No involvement whatsoever. Only that he regrets that he was friends with someone such as Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only
Really?
crime any of these people have
It's-
committed.
yeah,
I was just this guy's friend, and I never should have been. Bill
Well, it's
Gates
like-
said the same shit.
Bill Gates said that he crashed on his couch in London. I'm sorry, that the richest man on earth can't find a Marriott? Are you fucking
Yeah.
kidding me? I
Can't
find
squeeze
it
a
hard
room
to
out
believe
somewhere?
billionaires just crash on each other's couches when they're in town. Hey,
not
man,
unless
I'm gonna be flying
they're
in.
having underage sex parties.
Yeah, no, it's, hey, man, I'm going to be flying in. You got a place I can lay low for a couple days? No, billionaires don't do that. Like, it doesn't happen. It's not your buddy from high school that's coming in from fucking New York trying to crash on your couch for the weekend. Bill Gates can find a hotel. Give me a break.
Your buddy doesn't. He just has enough for the plane ticket and the food while he's there. He doesn't have enough for
Yeah,
the
that's
room.
right.
Bill
That's right. He's
Gates
trying to
has
save
enough
money
to
on
buy
the
the
place to stay.
fucking hotel.
Well, Bill Gates needed to save the money for the underage prostitutes he was hiring, right?
There it is.
That's-
There's the catch right there.
Yeah, well,
and-
camera. Hotels have cameras. He wanted to get around all that jazz.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe, and maybe this is just divorced couples throwing shade at each other, but his ex-wife did cite his ties to Jeffrey Epstein as part of why she wanted to divorce him. So, I mean,
Ooh.
Yeah, so it sounds to me like he didn't do a very good job of avoiding those cameras after all.
the ex-wife camera is a whole different kind of camera.
Yeah,
Man.
that's fair.
They're always
That's-
gonna have the dirt.
Elon Musk was tied to him too, isn't he? They're all fucking.
Anyone
creeps.
who's got money is tied to this guy. I mean, anyone who has money, anyone who has any type of power at all is tied to this guy.
You know who isn't though? Joe Rogan. That's Joe. As
right.
much
Captain
as they
America.
Captain America.
That's right, Dr. Joe Rogan.
God, so should we talk about the post that blew up our fucking page like a
Oh my God,
atom
yeah,
bomb?
we're pushing an hour here, so we might as well talk about the one that got us all the negative attention.
Well,
Go ahead,
it's
you do. You know more than I do. I wasn't following.
It was more positive. I mean, there were some commies that infiltrated, but it was a side by side. I don't know if you can pull this up. It's a meme that was posted on the D&D podcast page a while back. There's not that many posts to go back, but it's Joe Rogan and CNN stats basically next to each other, and people went absolutely batshit insane. I've posted stuff on this page that's gotten, numerous views, numbers I never thought possible. This hit 5.2 million.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I did see that. That was unbelievable.
5.2. How can you be mad? It's not like I said, hey, listen to Joe Rogan. It's more like, hey, listen to the people that Joe Rogan has on that are experts about shit. That's
Right.
why he has them on. He's not an expert. He's trying to get their voices out to the masses because they are experts and they have something important to say.
Now, Tim Dillon, he's an expert, but
That's right.
I listened to him. But no, I mean, it was, we had people attacking us, and there's a lot of complaints that we were, I guess we'll address it. We were blocking a bunch of them and deleting the comments and shit. And there were, at first I was against it, but then I was like, you know what? These people would do much worse to me, for my opinion. These people would have no problem seeing you fucking unemployed, homeless, and ultimately in jail for having an opinion different than theirs. And they absolutely melt the fuck down when their Facebook comment gets deleted. So they can eat a dick for all I care.
Yeah.
That's right. It hurts them way worse.
Yeah. I
And
don't
let's
give a
get
flying
one thing
fuck.
straight. I'm just gonna put this out there, okay? This is our podcast page. This is our free speech zone for us and our guests. Not for any fucking commie that wants to come in here and shit on our page. If I don't like your comment, I have every fucking right to delete it. This is my property. This is my page. I will do what I want here.
Yep, and there's that, and I've accepted the fact that anyone involved in politics in 2022 is a massive fucking hypocrite, so I might as well join them. The time for, where you have no principles is over. I think it's funny that they get upset when we delete their comments, and that's the sole reason that I support deleting their comments, because I think it's funny. I think it's funny they created an entire subreddit dedicated to brigading our page and trying to get us banned from Facebook. I think that's hilarious.
I almost forgot about the subreddit.
I think it's funny that they were getting upset with each other that they weren't reporting us properly and getting us banned from Facebook. I think that's fucking hilarious that these people who took that much time out of their day from whatever else they were doing, which honestly probably wasn't all that much, to try and take down our Facebook page. It's fucking hilarious. So fuck them. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I'm glad their comments are gone. We'll keep deleting them. Keep coming at us. We'll keep deleting your comments. I have no problem doing that. I won't do it because I don't get on the Facebook, but yeah. So, rant over. We just did an hour.
Yeah, them's the rules on my page, man. This is my free speech zone, not yours. Same on your page, okay? Right? I mean, I'm not going to go to somebody else's page and be like, oh my God, why did you delete my comment? It's their fucking page. They can do with what they want.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can scroll away from it pretty fucking quick. I mean, imagine believing in trying to tell somebody they can or can't say something in particular because it hurts your fucking feelings. Like, grow up, dude. No one gives a fuck about how you feel. Literally, no one gives a fuck. So keep it moving.
Company. It's a private company. So yeah, that's what they love to say.
This is a private company too, bitches.
Yeah, this is, and you're off our private company.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
Me and Caleb own this shit, and if we don't, we run it the way we want. End of story.
Yep, we own it, and yeah, no, I'm not going to name drop the name of the company because I don't need us getting doxxed for it. But yeah,
right?
No,
fuck it.
It's probably a good call.
It's the company is the name, I'm not going to tell you the name of the actual company. It's something completely
company.
Yeah, it's something completely different. If you go to the Secretary of State website, you're not going to find my name, or you're not going to find it under anything associated with this. So
it's
good luck.
Mental Misdeeds.
Yeah, it's not Mental Misdeeds. If you want to waste your fucking time, be my fucking guest. And you know what? If you are smart enough to find out where I live, great. Let me know when you're coming. If it's really that deep, let me know when you're coming. I will be more than happy to assist you in any way possible. But this was our first episode back. Like you said, this is a pre-recorded one. We needed to shake off some of the rust for Dre. I think we did a good job. We figured out alcohol, as always, is the lubricant.
I see a little.
But yeah, next time
usually does the trick.
We'll be live next time. We'll be interacting with you and your comments. I think there might have been a slight echo in this one, so I do apologize for that. Still working out some technical kinks on everybody's end.
Yeah,
but
we will get that fixed.
We'll get it figured out. We'll get it fixed, and we'll be back better than ever. Same, or actually new guests, some of the same old faces, but I'm super excited. Man, do you got anything you want to plug, Caleb, or no?
Absolutely nothing, man. Stand up for what you believe in. Don't let these people walk all over your life. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I love it. It was great having you on. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right.
Absolutely.
We'll
Anytime. Thanks for coming.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. See you next week.